Welcome back. A brand new batch of subpoenas issued by the House committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot. They include 3 attorneys connected to former President Trump: Rudy Giuliani, Jenna Ellis, and Sidney Powell, and former Trump campaign advisor Boris Epstein. The committee also subpoenaed and obtained records of phone numbers associated with one of Trump's children, Eric Trump, as well as Kimberly Guilfoyle, who is engaged to Donald Trump Jr. Here to discuss, CNN senior political correspondent and anchor of Inside Politics Sunday, Abby Phillip, and national political reporter at Axios, Jonathan Swan. It's great to have both of you on board this morning. Jonathan, I want to start with you because you've reported extensively on this period of time, and in fact, the letter to Sidney Powell that subpoenaed her to talk to the committee includes some of the reporting that you have done, and you say that you absolutely cannot do a serious investigation without focusing in on these 3 people. I mean, what are your takeaways from this move by the committee?
So, well, it turns out now both the Sidney Powell and the Rudy Giuliani subpoenas cite my reporting on Trump's final days. And it's really important for people to remember the context. So by mid-December of 2020, these fringe lawyers, Rudy Giuliani, Jenna Ellis, Sidney Powell, had supplanted the professional lawyers in the White House and at the Republican National Committee. And they told Trump what he wanted to hear, which is that his own lawyers were weak and treasonous and unwilling to defend him and fight for him. And instead, they laid out this elaborate plan to commandeer the resources of the Department of Homeland Security to go around the country and seize voting machines. This was illegal, plainly illegal, and in the view of the White House lawyers, deranged. But this all sort of culminated in this Oval Office meeting on December the 18th, which was a shouting match, almost became a fist fight, as I laid out in the reporting, between Michael Flynn, Sidney Powell, this very interesting character, Patrick Byrne, and then the White House counsel, Pat Cipollone, another lawyer, Eric Hirschman. It was this truly bizarre meeting that went over the course of about 4 or 5 hours and ended up in Trump's personal residence. And so any serious investigation of the insurrection has to link back to this Powell-Giuliani crew because they imprinted in Trump's mind the idea that there was actually a path using government resources and a legal path to overturn the election.
You know, Sidney Powell has just put out a response saying she's going to go. She's going to talk to the committee, Abby. That'll be something.
Well, yeah, I mean, and she's made it pretty clear that she has no regrets or remorse about the lies. She still believes them, still plans to espouse them in the setting of the committee. But, you know, I mean, Jonathan makes a really important point as we try to understand what these subpoenas and requests for records indicate. And it actually does indicate that this committee is laser focused on what mechanisms there might have been for there to have been interactions between the president and people involved in the Stop the Steal rally, people involved in the January 6th conspiracy to overthrow the election. This is a president who, for most of his tenure in office, spent a lot of time using outside advisors, outside lawyers, outside allies to really do a lot of this work, to really establish relationships between himself and people on the outside of the White House, and in some cases boxing out the official channels. So to me, this indicates that they really are kind of focusing on the ways in which you know, the official channels were actually left out of this conspiracy and might have allowed President Trump to have communications or even engagement in the efforts to organize this rally.
I want to talk a little bit of politics with you guys now, since we have you here. Jonathan, what Democrats are doing today in the Senate is essentially attempting to start or continue this process of changing the Senate rules. We know